Hi guys, my name is Debbie and I'm an intuitive reader as well as a medium here, and I'm here to give some type of messages from beyond. Hopefully this does help and resonate for whomever this is meant for. Let's get into it. So, I know I always say this, but do check out my book. It's an interesting book. It really is. Super cool. Eventually I'm going to start the third one. This is somebody in I literally heard life support. I feel this is a female energy. They are happy. You did the right thing. When I saw that justice, I literally heard you did the right thing. And I clarified that justice with the strength and the hangman. So there's some kind of stagnation, and they showed me somebody that was on, they had to make a decision and take care of things here. But there's this guilt, I feel. But just know that she is extremely happy, okay? She got her wish fulfillment, which was moving on, okay? That was an interesting message. Sorry for the acorn if you heard. We're in the month of September. This is when acorns fall from the trees. And believe me, there's a lot of them. I feel, okay, so what I'm feeling here, I'm feeling that when she was, this isn't interesting. You always find out something new. But yeah, I feel like when she was in this state that she was basically praying to be released from this, okay? She was, I literally heard a go-getter. She always kept busy, okay? I love that energy for sure. But I feel like her just being there, it wasn't her, you know? That's what it feels like. She's very, very happy. She's no longer, I wouldn't say that she's in pain, but she's pain of mental anguish of just being there, not being able to do anything, you know what I mean? And just not living life. I feel, now this isn't the part I'm laughing at. I feel like when she got to the other side, I feel like she basically said, thank you, God. Like, thank you for my life. Thank you for, bringing me here, thank you for everything. Very, very appreciative. And with that being said, I also feel like she was like that here on Earth. They don't really change their ways, what they say here is basically how they were here on Earth as well. Now I started giggling because you got the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Fool here. So this tells me is basically, I feel like either, now she probably didn't, she could have, but some kind of spiritual energy with that Emperor energy here. I feel like she kind of asked questions like, well, how do you do this? Like, how do you telepathically communicate? How do you, like, I'm just giving examples, how do I get back to here, okay, and just visit, how do I push things off the table? Like, how do I do all this? Like, she's like reviewing. They're showing me my dad. I know I just said this in a previous video, so I'll make it brief, but my dad was not computer illiterate. I shared the same gene. But we got him a laptop, and my dad for Christmas years ago. And my husband is tech savvy. Absolutely, or he was. And it was like every other day. My dad was on the phone with my husband trying to figure out, please excuse the words, but my dad always used, how do you fix this damn thing? I always used to say that. But yeah, sorry for the giggle. But yeah, my dad was not accepting, okay? So I don't feel it's that brutal, okay, of an energy like my father, frustrated, but I just feel like she's more than anything curious, especially with that Fool. It's kind of like, how do I do this? Like, how do I transport? I literally heard transport myself by energy to the other, to here. This is considered, but yeah, how do I do all this? So there's a lot of questions, okay, but I just feel like, somebody who's not informed, who doesn't know how to do anything, ask any teacher out there. No question is stupid. That saying still lives to this day. But yeah, how do I manifest? How do I communicate? How do I telepathically communicate, okay, to my loved ones? I feel that that's a big message right there with the Fool and the Magician here. But that's telepathic communication to me anyway. Now that is known as magician, as the manifestation, but that's all mind power. So how do I, telepathically communicate? And I do feel on the other side that that's how they really do talk over there, But anyway, moving on. She's going to learn the ropes. I literally heard that, but yeah. Why is that? Aha, I knew it. Okay. So I do feel that there is a spouse. I was checking. I had to pull some cards because they were on top of the original cards here. But yeah, and that's a power couple, the King, Queen of Cups. Water sign energy does not have to be, but I feel like there's definitely a spouse, involved here too. Male energy, obviously, for this situation. But I do feel, though, that I feel that there was a little bit of denial from the husband here that, it could be a wife, I'm not saying it couldn't be, but definitely I'm feeling that there's some kind of energy in regards to, I'll be right back. Like, I'm going to go pick her up, or I'm going to go, she's just at the market, or, at the food store here. I'm going to go get her. She's got to be here. There's this kind of feeling of, hard to accept that she has passed energy. Yeah. Sorry. That was sad. I slow down sometimes because I can feel this man's energy, and it's very, very sad. It's like when you coming back. I used to do that, not to that extent, but and it's fine either way, but it's the same thing basically, but it's basically feeling the energy. What I went through was I would literally turn off radio, TV, any kind of noise at night, I'm one of those that has to have noise, to be able to fall asleep, okay? Probably because I've had 4 kids my whole life, but yeah, I'm used to the noise. So, but yeah, and I used to do that, just waiting, hearing, listening if the front door was going to open, Nowadays, I just fear it because, I worry about crime. But yeah, but initially I used to really focus in on like the, just waiting for him to come home, my husband to come home. And I feel that that's kind of what he's basically doing, okay? And it is sad. It is sad. But this is more, not so much her coming home, but basically saying to the husband's self is that she's just at the market, or that I'm going to go pick her up kind of thing. Hard to accept, okay, this passing. I feel like she sees all this, obviously, because she's saying it, but I feel like she's sorry for all the confusion, but yeah, and she wants you to move on. She doesn't want you to stress about it here, okay? And she is apologetic here as well. She does love you wholeheartedly, I heard, okay? Yeah, the husband is definitely struggling here, feeling kind of ripped off energy, and just constantly, and good for him, talks to her, okay, waiting for a response, waiting for answers, waiting to be solved here, okay, because definitely just a really, really tough time in the mind here with that hermit looking at that tower. Yeah, you definitely have been having a tough time. I literally heard the husband was a male voice. Obviously, that's you. If this is meant for you here, literally saying, I just want to know. I just want answers. I just want to know, why? There's this big question mark of why. And I feel like there's this reality of never knowing, and there's this instant frustration of knowing deep, deep down that you'll never know. Boy, you're having a really tough time. Yeah, and I was just thinking that maybe some therapy would help. Now, I know I brought that up in my last read here about therapy, but, to each its own. It may help a little bit. You do have the page, just a little forewarning, you have the Page of Wands looking at the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, I'm feeling, is you. That tells me that you're going to balance out your life. You're going to feel better, okay? But that Page of Wands, and I'm not trying to be insulting, but like, I'm 55. You could be 55. Just an example, okay? You could be 55 and your therapist is like, like 25, 20, 28, young, okay? That to me is young, but it's kind of like, how would you know? Like that question mark of how would you know? But yeah, so if you can get past that, I do feel that it's going to be tough, but I do feel that, you would feel better if you talk to somebody. Now, it could be somebody, but I'm really feeling it's a therapist, and they're going to be kind of like young, okay? And there's nothing to be wrong with young. I wish I was young, but it's with young, it's like you're not as experienced as me. You haven't gone through, uh, I heard a male's voice saying to this therapist, "You don't even know how to complete your ABCs." Sorry. I have a sense of humor, but yeah, that's what it feels like. It's kind of like, why am I talking to you? You haven't experienced life enough to totally grasp it. No, obviously we're not gonna demeanor his profession or anything. Okay, this person's profession, but I just feel like this is the way that you're thinking, but I give this person, I feel it's a male energy, that's going to talk to you therapeutic wise, and I feel like they will help you. Okay, but I get that. I've learned so much throughout the years. I didn't learn diddly in school. Maybe a little, but I've learned actually more stuff as each year goes by, in life. That's all it feels like. Yeah, one day you will. I feel like there's a question mark of one day, will I be able to reunite with my wife? Yes, but not for a while, okay? But yeah. Yeah, sleepless nights here, okay? Tossing and turning. Somebody's on medication to help you sleep here, I feel, as well. But yeah, and I'm also feeling for others, there's like this restless leg syndrome. I get that sometimes. It drives me nuts. But yeah, it's harder to sleep. But yeah, all in due time, yeah, you will reunite, because I feel like there's this wanting, craving, knowing spiritually that you two will be reunited. And I feel knowing this information that you two will reunite, not for a while, okay, just got to stress that, will kind of help calm your mind, I understand that, I do, but definitely, she does love you here. She is very, very concerned, okay? But that's what I have for whomever this is meant for. Thank you all for watching. I truly do appreciate it. It was intense. I mean, you're going through a lot. It's hard to accept, but still with that King of Pentacles, I feel like a little, Pentacles is, what is it Taurus? Yeah, Taurus is the King of Pentacles, but it's also, other signs, Capricorn, Virgo. But I'm feeling a little stubbornness with accepting this help through therapy, okay? With that big question mark, like, how do you know? You're so young, you haven't experienced hardly anything in life. Kind of energy, which is incredibly funny. But yeah, no, I get it. I totally get that. But that's what I have, guys. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Smashing that like button, it definitely helps out with my channel. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.